me when you lost.
Hey guys, I may have go away heat, but these guys have true heel heat. So you better listen to the podcast or else I'm gonna kick you in your fucking cock and balls.
I'll get it.
Hello. It is me, your true heel phenom, SP3, back once again with another pay-per-view major event preview here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. And I am here to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling. So whenever we talk about NJPW, we got to bring in the reinforcements, the MC Master Ceremonies on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel and on our Patreon platform. When it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling, he is the past, present, and future knowledgeable sir here, J-News.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your good brother J-News back at it again with the one and only SP3 here, talking about this card that's coming this Saturday. SP3 let me know that it's going to be taking place at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not usually up at that time, so I will watch it later on. But we're talking about Battle Autumn, folks. We're going to preview Battle Autumn here. They have gone 16 tour dates deep before we even get to the main show. So it's been a mishmash of different things. They haven't all been called Battle Autumn. But at the end of the day,
yeah, it's the Battle Autumn tour, and this is the finale we are going to discuss. It goes down on November 5th. Not the only big show that's going down on November 5th, which we will talk about because it has a connection to this show when we get to a particular match on the card. But if you are joining us on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, we appreciate each and every one of you joining us live for the premiere. This is pre-recorded, even though it says the live, this is pre-recorded, so we appreciate you coming for the premiere. You'll see one of us in the live chat, so sound off, give us your predictions, give us your thoughts on the card. What do you think about all the stories that are coming into this, and what do you think about the stories coming out of it, as this will be the last major show before World Tag League and the end of the year for New Japan Pro Wrestling before we get to January's Wrestle Kingdom. And a lot of interesting things are going on when it comes to New Japan as well as Japanese wrestling. So we're going to talk all about that, but we want to hear from you in the live chat, in the comments down below. We love hearing from you, and we always respond to your thoughts in the live chat. So leave us down a comment down below. But the most simple thing you can do is drop a thumbs up on this video, share this video with your friends, and of course, subscribe if you are new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. But J-News, this Saturday, Battle Autumn, November 5th, huge show. You got 3 championship matches, two championship matches, another 2 matches that have to deal with a new championship, the TV title. We got 2 big matches that will have consequences or ramifications for Wrestle Kingdom. We got a match that was supposed to be a championship match. We have there is 3 championships because the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title. So you got 3 titles on the line, tournament matches, Wrestle Kingdom ramification. There is a lot to get into. But what have you been thinking about New Japan since the last time we kind of talked about things at the end of Declaration of Power?
I mean, they've been doing their best to keep people engaged, I would say, with this whole NJPW World TV title tournament thing. We got to where we got to, man, with these semifinal matches, so that's pretty cool. My main man's part of the Final Four, so he's in it. He's in it, and we all picked the winner of the Final Four to be the same guy. And he's in it too. So there you go with that.
Hey, we here for it. That's all.
We're here for it.
That's all we're here for. But
let's go ahead and
let's just go into it. We'll discuss other things involving these matches as we go along. So like I said, sound off in the live chat. And if you will, you can send a super chat donation, even though this is pre-recorded. And of course, we will read out that comment on our next live stream, which will be our WWE Crown Jewel watch along tomorrow. So join us for that. But let's start with this New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle Autumn card, and it is from J-News. You're usually good at this. You usually know.
This is good. It'll be live from the Osaka the prefectural gym, the Edion Arena. So it'll be live from there on Saturday, November 5th. We have, the first match of the night is actually entitled to be the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match, which I'm a little bit surprised at. It'll be Los Ingobernables de Japon's team of Bushi and Titan versus the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions TJP and Francesco Akira of the United Empire. SP3, I did not see the rise of Bushi and Titan, to be quite honest, to have this match so soon after Titan joining LIJ.
Well, I mean, the big action here was, of course, what we talked about on our Declaration of Power roundtable review. Titan becoming the newest member of Los Ingobernables de Japón. It looked like this was setting up for Titan and Bushi to represent LIJ in the Super Junior Tag League. I know that's going down at the same time as the World Tag League, but instead they made the challenge for United Empire, getting victories over them in multi-man matches. They made the challenge, and now we have this matchup here where TJP and Francisco Akira are now being known as Catch 2 over 2 or 2/2. They always have weird names for these junior tag teams. I think they should capitalize on the momentum. You got a new star here. You didn't do well to kind of put him over and establish him as a threat on his own, but you should do the work and have him establish himself as a threat going into the Junior Tag League. And there was no real favorite for the Junior Tag League, and this taking the belts off of United Empire might open them up to be the favorite to win that tag league to set up a rematch for Wrestle Kingdom.
Sure. I just feel like Gato has this love for Master Wato and the coach. So there's this feeling of mine, no matter who wins in this particular instance here, be it the United Empire or LIJ, they'll be taking on Master Wato on his way to the Grand Master and the coach, Ryusuke Taguchi.
Why would they do that to me? They
Team
don't.
649 will eventually be the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions yet again.
No, please no, Gato. If you're watching, that was a cool experiment. It was cool for a time, and it'll be cool when Master Wato turns heel and he beats up on Taguchi. But if that's not the point of all of this, and you're going to continue with them as a tag team, I don't know what to do with you. But next match on the card, J-News, we got a 8-man tag, 4-on-4. You got Hontai being represented by Hiroshi Tanahashi, David Finlay, and Alex Zane, with Chaos's own Toriano to versus the United Empire's Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher. Aussie Open, the former New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions, Aaron Hanare and Gideon Gray, who I think is just here to take a L. I'll take the Hontai team.
Yeah, I mean, Lord Gideon being in the match, that just kind of signifies that they're going to take the L here. Unfortunately, unless they really do these guys dirty, and we end up seeing Toriano getting the pin, or taking the pin, should I say, in this match. But outside of that, I don't see the United Empire winning this match. Felt bad for those boys from Aussie Open with losing those strong tag team titles to the Motor City Machine Guns the other night. But what are you gonna do? Booking's booking. So it is what it is. But those guys are still a very talented tag team. I expect them to do very well and show out during the World Tag League. So hopefully that takes place. But with this match, someone's taking the pin. It's going to be Yano or it's going to be Lord Gideon Gray. So we'll see how it goes down.
We will do a preview for the Super Junior Tag League and World Tag League. I don't know if it'll be on our YouTube channel, but it'll definitely be on our Patreon, patreon.com/True Heat, where we have a lot of NJPW content usually. But
small insert. We did speak to the man about those copyright strikes on the YouTube channel.
He said he had nothing to do with it. He had nothing to do with it. The president, J-News, I told him I was going to ask him it. I went up and I did it. I complimented his tie. He had on a New Japan tie. It was very classy. I was like, I need that in my life. But I asked him, I was like, no more copyright strikes. You know, we dipped our toes in with the previews and the roundtable reviews towards the latter half of 2022, J-News, but we want to do more New Japan content on the main channel. So we're hoping that Obari follows by his word. But what I was gonna say, I was like, we're gonna preview, you know, World Tag League, Junior Tag League, but spoiler alert, Aussie Open is one of my favorites because New Japan would be smart as hell to run back FTR versus Aussie Open, one of the best tag team matches of 2022 at Wrestle Kingdom.
Agreed. I definitely agree with that. Hopefully that's the way that it goes down, and which then means that one of the matches we'll be talking about later on will have a foregone conclusion. So,
well, I mean, it should have already. But the third match on the card is a very interesting one, J-News, as this was supposed to be the Never Openweight Championship matchup with Machine Gun Carl Anderson of the Bullet Club defending the Never Openweight Championship against Hikuleo. But of course, on October 10th, 2022, Machine Gun Carl Anderson, along with the big LG Doc Gallows, returned to WWE, reuniting with AJ Styles to reform the OC. We've seen since then, we've had back and forth between New Japan and WWE and Carl Anderson, basically saying that he's not going to defend, that they didn't clear the booking with his booking agent, Doc Gallows, that he's not going to defend the Never Openweight Championship, despite New Japan saying they'll strip him of the title if he didn't perform here. And then New Japan just said, okay, Hikuleo is going to versus Yujiro Takahashi, and we're not going to strip Carl Anderson. They just bent at the will of the Machine Gun. They should, because he's Bullet Club. He's a part of our alliance. But we're gonna have Hikuleo here versus Yujiro Takahashi. As it currently stands, Fightful Select has released a report that says that WWE, Carl Anderson, and New Japan Pro Wrestling are working together, that there's some type of agreement, that all this back and forth, you know, statements from Takeya Bari and Machine Gun Carl Anderson is all a part of an elaborate work, and he has committed to work additional dates leading up to Wrestle Kingdom. This is his prior commitment before he signed with WWE. So what do you think? I think this is kind of a foregone conclusion with this match. Hikuleo wins because I think Hikuleo is going to be the guy that versus Carl Anderson whenever he returns.
Yeah. So all this drama, all this mess, all this work, pro wrestling being pro wrestling, I would say, to define it that way. As per the match, you're absolutely right. Hikuleo wins this. This should be a decent squash match, as we like to say here in the States. Hikuleo, big choke slam. You know, he's not kicking out of that at the end of the day. So, you know, he should be able to win this, and then we'll see the good man, the good brother himself, Carl Anderson, show up at Wrestle Kingdom, and Hikuleo will get his Wrestle Kingdom moment. And Carl's gonna have to take the pin here, just because that's the way it's gonna have to work. So look forward to that. Hikuleo becoming the Never Openweight champion at Wrestle Kingdom. I forget if we're at 16 or 17. 17. Yeah, there you go. It's been a tough couple of years with this COVID crap. But anyways,
it's all right. It blends together.
Yes, it does blend together.
We understand.
Yeah, we'll definitely see that match during Wrestle Kingdom. I think obviously the WWE always wants to be able to put their people on the biggest stages. So being that everybody knows that the biggest stage for New Japan is Wrestle Kingdom, might as well have Carl work that. Knowing that there's no New Year's show now, thank God, for the WWE. So he'll probably work that. That's my assumption. They'll probably work that show, and he'll lose to Hikuleo there, or some shenanigans will happen or whatever. But you know,
so we may have a scenario where a WWE contracted talent and a AEW contracted talent are work the New Japan show.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, I'm all for it. That is something that it adds a little juice to the Wrestle Kingdom card.
Yeah.
But honestly, how this whole thing has transpired, I'm still. We said this to each other when we saw each other last week, and I'll say it again. Why didn't they just have Tanahashi beat Carl Anderson?
Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
could, if you knew in August the match with Tanahashi happened in September, you get the title off of him. What are we doing here?
Yeah, I'm not too sure if like I'm not. Yeah, I don't know what obviously we don't know what the conversations were. I guess Carl had an idea where he felt like he was going to be able to work certain dates, and then obviously he wasn't. That's just the way that it seems. And obviously it just turned into the whole back and forth and the statements being released and everything else in between. But yeah, Tana should have won the belt. Like I said, they can always do Bullet Club shenanigans at the end of the day. One of the existing New Japan Bullet Club members could have just stepped in and taken the belt or whatever, and gone from there. But to do all this stuff and just make it confusing, and I get it, man. Brother me softly, man. Get the money. I get it all. I get it all, man. But damn, this is just confusing for the fans, and just make it right, man. Just make it right. That's all I'm saying. Make it right.
No one was more happier for the Good Brothers to get their bag than me and J-News. We are all here for the Bullet Club, making money, being represented across every single promotion. We recently heard Juice Robinson has apparently been signed by AEW, according to PW Insider last week. So yeah, Bullet Club represented across all the major promotions. We are all for that, but just how this has gone down, it seems like there wasn't a plan. Yeah. Like it just seems like it's very poorly run, where one of two things could have been a simple solution to this, and that's Tanahashi beating Anderson, or WWE not booking the match when they know he has a match on the same day. Like either one of these would have been much better than what we've gotten so far.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But next we got the tournament matches that I talked about at the beginning of this preview, J-News, as we got the NJPW World TV Championship Tournament, as it's going to be Ren Narita going one-on-one with Sanada. Ren Narita coming off a huge victory over Tomohiro Ishii in the first round, one of the bigger upsets of this tournament, and a win over Toru Yano. Sanada beating Taishi as well as Kenta to get this matchup at Battle Autumn. Who do you think moves on to the finals of the NJPW World TV Championship Tournament?
Well, I feel this will be a crisply wrestled match. They will go the full 15. But one of them will pull it out last minute. And at the end of the day, I feel, as we all stated before, even though Sanada is and forever will be my main man, Ren Narita will win this match and go on to the finals and eventually win the New Japan World TV Championship. That is the call. We are all in agreement in that. I just don't. Man. It's the NJPW World. That's really more for the people who watch Strong and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Folks who are the dedicated New Japan fans, and they're really, really behind Ren Narita and things of that nature. So, got to give the kid some shine. Young Shibata, as some folks like to call him. But yeah, I feel like Ren Narita win this match over Sanada, but we'll see a terrific wrestling match, and it won't be boring or anything like that of that nature. So, no matter what the hell people say about Sanada, he's one of the greatest, and we'll have that happening, and it's going to go down.
What have you thought about the tournament so far?
So far, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, because the matches have been so scattered throughout the shows, the good thing about it is that they put all the matches up for free on YouTube. So I've been able to just watch those matches instead of going through these 3.5 hour shows. That sometimes mean absolutely nothing. So it's been cool to be able to watch those matches. I think that this is sort of like the same thing sort of like the same idea that I had this assumption with AEW and their All Atlantic Championship, where when Pac was champion, they would put the matches on the YouTube channel, which I thought were always a good idea, because if you don't have the TV space or the TV time to do it, use your social media, right? So I think this is their equivalent to that. on that end, and I think it's a pretty good way just to get exposure and eyes onto the product. So yeah, man, I think it works.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. Like I said, I really enjoyed Narita versus Ishii. Just Ishii was basically testing this man's threshold for pain, as well as if he had that fighting spirit, and Narita pulled it out, and that finish was great. Just how he snapped off the Narita suplex for the win. It was great stuff. But we got one other semifinal matchup on this card here, as we're going to see Zack Sabre Jr., the winner of the New Japan Cup this year, former winner in 2018, versus Evil, the winner of the New Japan Cup in 2020. So these two guys are used to winning tournaments. The last time these two men faced each other was in the G1, where Zack Sabre Jr. pulled off the quickest win of this year's G1 Climax tournament. Sabre Jr. has defeated the likes of David Finlay on his way to this tournament semifinals. Who you got here?
I mean, to give Narita his toughest opponent, this is a slight to Evil. It should be Zack Sabre Jr. To win this match, and then basically give Narita the fight of his life. And it'll be the veteran pro, the man who can stretch people out in a million different ways, versus the up-and-coming guy. And the up-and-coming guy has to find a way to get through all that muck and mud and dirt that is Zack Sabre Jr. That'll be the match. Because a match versus Narita and Evil, it just doesn't make any, to me, it doesn't make any sense. Because it's just more freaking House of Torture chicanery.
Yeah.
Like that. I've had enough of that shit. I've had enough of it. Get rid of them. Break them up. Do something different with those guys, because it's a tired act at this point. But yeah, I think Zack Sabre Jr. wins this match. He will win this match. I'm calling it here with some sort of a Zack Sabre Jr. named move, just because we never know what the move is going to be called at the end of the day. So yeah.
The George Michael flex.
Yes.
Give me a George Michael
flex.
Let's get into, I'm also going with Zack Sabre Jr. It just makes sense for the story of Narita versus the guy that Shibata made his in-ring return against. These are the two men that have faced Shibata in a New Japan ring so far since his big injury back in 2017. So it makes sense for them to have that one big matchup, and hopefully Shibata's done with all his stuff at AEW. What did you think about Shibata showing up on Dynamite this week?
I saw the clip, because I never get home in time to watch AEW anymore. But for him to be the next challenger to Orange Cassidy's All Atlantic Championship, I said to myself, well, this is going to be a pseudo comedy match / strong style match. I'm not sure how Orange Cassidy survives this match, but I'm assured that he will survive this match and he will retain this championship. I just don't know how they're going to figure out how Shibata either eats a pin or whatever. I don't know how you do that necessarily, because of the comeback story and everything else in between. So the booking's got to be precise and it's got to be good for this. And I don't know how they're going to be able to pull it off, but I don't think Shibata wins the belt, obviously. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I think it's cool. It puts Shibata in eyes of fans who've probably never seen him before, and they want to know what the hype is all about. He doesn't get ready. He stays ready at the end of the day. So Shibata-san will show out, and he's probably going to put the worst ass kicking of Orange Cassidy's life on him. And we look forward to that, man. Got to look forward to that, because that's just the way it's going to go. So I thought it was cool, but very surprising, to be honest. But
of course, it was a crazy episode of Dynamite when it comes to
Yeah.
people showing up and
Yeah.
people, it was insane. But one other thing I wanted to ask you was Dave Meltzer reported on Wrestling Observer Radio that Shibata has told Tony Khan that he wants 2 matches in AEW, one against Orange Cassidy and the other against Bryan Danielson. So this one is getting done. How much do you want to see Shibata versus the American Dragon?
I mean, it's one of those things where give it to me yesterday type deal, right? But we also didn't get, Brian versus Zaki. So it's like, where do we fit in all this wrestling goodness?
Yeah, because
right?
we know we're not getting Dragon versus Zack at Wrestle Kingdom because
Right.
January 4th is Dynamite in Seattle. That's
Yes.
his home state. So he's
Mhm.
definitely going to be at Dynamite.
There that is. So, I'm not. Maybe we get Shibata versus Bryan Danielson at that Dynamite. I mean, Shibata's son lives in LA. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he's that far away. So we might get that match at that point in time, just for the sake of having that Wrestle Kingdom feel for that episode of Dynamite. But yeah, I didn't know he requested that match versus Bryan Danielson, to be honest. But I mean, whatever the man requests, he should get. That's just my opinion.
Immediately. That's
Exactly.
what J-News is saying. But next up, we got on the Battle Autumn card here some tag team action. J-News, as we're going to see the junior heavyweight IWGP junior heavyweight champion Taiji Ishimori of the Bullet Club teaming with Master Wato to verse other rivals Hiromu Takahashi and El Desperado in what's being called the Incredible Tag Match, as these 4 competitors will compete in a fatal 4-way at Wrestle Kingdom for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Junior Heavyweight Championship. So this is a preview of that. I'm gonna go with Hiromu and Despy, even though I think that they are not gonna get along, but I think that they will pull off the win somehow.
Sure. I mean, yeah. They try to get unique with their matches a lot of the time. So when I get that feeling of I don't know what the hell this shit is, it's always better to feel that way than to feel like the foregone conclusion right here, right?
That's
so
true.
So in my estimation, if we do get because on the site, right, if you go to NJPW1972.com, it tells you that the tag partners will be decided tomorrow, which is technically today in Japan already. So Taiji Ishimori, Master Wato, El Desperado, Hiromu Takahashi. I always felt that Takahashi and Despy could be an elite level tag team. Those 2 guys really know how to get the work in, as they say. But yeah, it would have to be those 2 because they have the most experience together in the ring, even if it's with just facing each other, but they have the most experience together in the ring. So I would say it would be Hiromu and Despy for the win here against Master Wato, who was crawling his way to the Grand Master, and who his partner here would be as Taiji Ishimori.
Itching his way to the some more tag team action with some Wrestle Kingdom ramifications, as we're going to see the winner of the G1 Climax 31 and 32 tournaments, Kazuchika Okada, teaming with Tama Tonga to versus the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Switchblade Jay White and Kenta. Of course, Jay White will go one-on-one with Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. There's been a little bit of back and forth. The last time that we saw these men was at the night before Rumble on 44th Street, where Jay White eliminated Okada from the 6-on-6 main event matchup. Jay White then beat Okada and Eddie Kingston along with Juice Robinson in the main event of Rumble on 44th Street. So Jay White seems to have some momentum going into this tag team battle. So that is why I'm going to pick Okada and Tama Tonga winning.
Yeah, they gotta split the decisions here in all these mixed tags. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be, no one's going to go in with one leg up, right? They're going to be on an even playing field going into Wrestle Kingdom, so that we can then see who the better wrestler in New Japan Pro Wrestling is going to be. If this was, I don't know, 2018 New Japan Pro Wrestling and this was the match, I would immediately have said Tama Tonga turns on Okada and he goes back to the Bullet Club. But in this estimation, since it is 2022, things are a little bit different. Tama Tonga does have a heated rivalry against Jay White himself, wanting to dismantle the Bullet Club as it is. So we shall see. I think I agree with you. Okada, Tama Tonga win this match over Jay White and Kenta. Unfortunately, Kenta will eat the pin here because Jay White's the champion.
Yeah, Jay White's the champ. He ain't gonna take no pin. Sorry about that, Kenta. You can just lay down. You got a book to sell.
Exactly.
Next we got the semi-main event for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler, FTR, 7-star. FTR, the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, ROH World Tag Team Champions, AAA Tag Team Champions. They defend the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships for the first time in Japan against the United Empire's Jeff Cobb and Great O'Khan. They are the former champions. They were the champions going into Forbidden Door when FTR won a 3-way matchup along with Roppongi Vice to win the gold. They made their first defense of the titles in the UK against Aussie Open in a 5-star classic. What are they going to do here? First time on a proper Japanese NJPW show. Who do you got, FTR or United Empire?
Damn, man. To be honest, like I'm still on the FTR train. You know how much I love Jeff Cobb. I'd love to see the United Empire take the win here, but for whatever reason, the FTR train is steadily moving. It's still going ahead. Those boys are chugging along. I still need them to have all the gold. That means they walk out of this match, retain their IWGP World Heavyweight Tag Team Championships, and they walk into Full Gear. You're hearing it first. FTR, the Acclaimed, 2-on-2, and FTR walks out the new AEW Tag Team Champions. That's
not happening. Swerve Glory beat them, so they're getting the shot.
But yesterday I saw some clip there where they handed the Acclaimed their
belts. They might do a 4-way. They might do a 4-way with the guns. With the guns and FTR. There you go.
The masters of the multi-man tag matches. There you go, man. Yeah.
I'll help you out. I got you. The AEW done nothing but multi-man tag team matches on pay-per-view anyway.
There you go.
Might as well complete the trifecta at Full Gear. But we're both going with FTR there in the semi-main event. But we got more United Empire to discuss, and it's a good one. It's the main event of Battle Autumn, the finale. It's going to be for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. Will Ospreay will defend against the leader of Los Ingobernables de Japón, Tetsuya Naito. These two men went at it for the first time ever in the G1 Climax 32 tournament, with Will Ospreay defeating Naito. Naito made the challenge for Ospreay following his victory over David Finlay at Burning Spirit in September, and then defeated Zack Sabre Jr. at Royal Quest Night 2 to earn this opportunity here. This is two of the best in New Japan Pro Wrestling going at it. Who do you think walks out with the gold, J-News?
Yeah, this is a bit of a toss-up for me in the sense of, you know how much of a fanboy of Will Ospreay I am, but I feel like I haven't seen Will wrestle in like months. So I don't necessarily know.
What are you talking about?
I know. He probably wrestled like last week somewhere, but me personally, I haven't seen him on my TV screen somewhere wrestle.
Watch New Japan, maybe.
I do watch New Japan, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like I feel like he hasn't been around. I don't know. That's just me. But in one-on-one situations, I'm talking about multi-man. The multi-mans don't count for.
I mean, he first showed Amino at Royal Quest.
Oh, I didn't get to watch Royal Quest. There you go.
There you go.
Right, that's fine. There you go. Right. Didn't get to watch Royal Quest. All right. So that happened in September. But anyways,
that was October actually.
Oh, was it?
That's why I mentioned.
See? Matt, all this stuff going on.
And we reviewed the David Finlay match in September.
September. That's what I'm saying. That's September. That's what I'm saying. That's the last month. September. See?
This man's drunk. This man's drunk, ladies and gentlemen.
See what I mean? September.
Filming this in the morning. This man's drunk.
Don't mind me, folks. I'm just having a little bit of fun. But yeah, no, I think for all intents and purposes for the for matches here, we saw them wrestle in the G1. Fantastic match. I don't know. Just because of the way that Naito's been historically in New Japan, the kind of the titles that he does go for, like I don't see New Japan putting the strap on Naito here. Will retains. It'll probably be another fantastic match, I think. Not necessarily knowing as to what his future feuds, beefs are going to be, who with, and things of that nature. But like, yeah, I think Will retains. It'll probably be a 5-star classic for all we know. And yeah, that's my call there. What about you?
I think so, and especially because these two guys had that type of matchup in the G1 when they both had matches the previous night before. These guys will be coming in at least with one night rest, or would just be wrestling tag team matches in the days before. So they're going to be well rested and be well prepared through their interactions in all these tag team matches leading up to it. And I think they're going to have an even better match than they did in the G1. But I think that Will Ospreay walks out with the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. In a lot of ways, Ospreay is doing for that title what Shinsuke Nakamura did for the Intercontinental Championship.
Sure.
So, he's talked about that in the build-up, about how Naito took a championship that meant everything and he just treated it like it was nothing and it became nothing, and now it's not here anymore, while he has a championship that meant nothing and he's made it into everything. And I think that's the point of this feud, is for him to get that stamp. And I think that there's a world of possibilities for Will Ospreay going into Wrestle Kingdom. He's the one I'm most interested in who he's going to verse at Wrestle Kingdom, because there's multiple options from AEW. If they want to run back him and Pac, actually have a finish for this matchup at Wrestle Kingdom. If they want to do him and Omega at Wrestle Kingdom, finally do that big match that they've been teasing for so long. There's multiple. You got a couple of guys from AEW. You got a couple of guys from New Japan, whether it's Shibata, they did that tease at Forbidden Door and never followed up from it. So there's a couple of different options. Honestly, I thought Naito was going to be another option if they didn't do this match here, because that seems like a Wrestle Kingdom type of matchup as well. But that's why I think it's going to be someone big. And honestly, I'm leaning towards Kenny Omega. Since we're already getting the teases on AEW, I think that Omega is going to make a return at Wrestle Kingdom. We already have confirmation from Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio last week that AEW is planning on sending talent to NJPW Wrestle Kingdom on January 4th. If you're going to bring one talent, and it needs to be a big one, Kenny Omega is the biggest.
Well, with all that being said, I'll say this. I'm not sure if everything that's happened and transpired since Brawl Out has been swept under the rug.
I'm not saying it's swept under the rug, but he's on his way back. He's coming back. He's going to be on full gear before Wrestle Kingdom.
Listen. All I'm saying is that being sent to Japan, I don't see that as a punishment. If you understand what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is
they've already been punished. What are you talking about?
Listen to me, man. Listen to me. At this point in time, Kenny Omega needs to work his way up the fucking ladder. That is my point of view. Right? I'm joking, folks. I'm freaking joking. Look, it should be Ospreay versus Omega at Wrestle Kingdom. Biggest fight. It'll probably be the most anticipated match from Wrestle Kingdom. It'll be bigger than the main event. For all intents and purposes, it'll be bigger than the main event.
That would be the draw. That would be the draw for
that'll be the money maker. That'll be the match that people are going to pay their hard-earned dollars and yen for at the end of the day. So, I think that that'll probably go down in Wrestle Kingdom. Hopefully that's the way that it goes down. If not, probably some sort of a strange multi-man match yet again. It's up to Gato. I don't know at that end.
Oh, not Gato. Come on, Gato. Do better. Do better. You've had a good year with this U.S. title.
He has.
Yeah,
No,
you
I'm saying-
overcame a lot. There was
Yeah.
a lot of turbulence early on with the U.S. title, with injuries and whatnot, and you overcame it. Ospreay's had a really good run. I would say Ospreay is up there with like Omega's first run, and then Jay White's first run with the U.S. title as far as like my favorite U.S. title runs. And I think that they need that big time kind of money drawing matchup for Wrestle Kingdom, and Ospreay and Omega kind of fit the bill. So that's why I think Ospreay is going to win here. But
yeah.
But where does that leave Naito? What does Naito do at Wrestle Kingdom? Because once again, we're in a situation where kind of Naito feels like he's just getting whatever is left over, like he did last year with him and Jeff Cobb, and they didn't get a lot of time to kind of make it a standout matchup either. So
I feel like Naito is going to get the loser of the Okada versus Jay White match. Are they doing the 2 nights or the 1 match or the 1 night?
They're doing 1 night.
They're doing 1 night. All right. Yeah. So yeah, now, I mean, I don't know. Naito probably has a multi-man match. Listen,
he's like, I'm just gonna throw every one of these guys that are on their own multi-man. Just go over there, multi-man match.
Go over there, man.
Multi-man match over there.
They're like between, because it's gonna be World Tag League, both for the heavyweights and the juniors, right? So they're not gonna have any sort of
Hey, I wouldn't mind Sonata and Naito winning the World Tag League. Give me Sonata and Naito versus FTR. Classic.
So here's a question, because usually the champions are part of the Tag League tournament. Is FTR going to be a part of the World Tag League tournament, or are they just going to be positioned in a way where they face whoever the winner is of the tournament?
I think the World Tag League starts like a week after Battle Autumn, so they couldn't if they're going to be a part of Full Gear. I think it ends like very close to when Final Battle is happening. So I don't think they're going to be in it.
All right. So then in accordance to that, right, from a booking standpoint, they would have to face whoever whoever wins the tournament.
Yeah.
Right. Probably at Wrestle Kingdom. So I don't. Yeah. That's not a bad way to go about it. Having Naito and Sonata win the tournament to go up against those guys. But then, I would just wonder what other tag teams would be in World Tag League. And
you got Sonata and Naito, you got Dangerous Techers, you got United Empire, you got Cobb and Okan, you got Aussie Open, Tanahashi probably would be with like Finley or somebody. So yeah, they actually have a better amount of teams that I can name off the top of my head than they usually do most years.
All right. I mean, that's I guess that's fair. In that regard, I just feel like
Juice and El Phantasmo. Give me that.
Juice.
New heavyweight.
Yeah, there has to be Bullet Club representation outside of Chase and Fale.
And outside of House of Torture.
There you go. Because those, I mean, who the hell wants to watch
Yujiro and Evil?
Who wants to watch that? Who wants to watch that? Anyways, but do you think?
They can do Tamba and Hikaleo?
True.
The new God.
The new God. Where is
he's
Tonga
injured. He's out for the rest of the year.
Gotcha. Okay, so here's a good question, right? I don't think they've ever been part of the World Tag League, but they are currently signed to ROH deals. Do you feel like them boys can be a part of that tag league scenario?
I mean, if I'm New Japan, I would be making those calls to see if I can get them. I can get the Kingdom. If you don't need, once again though, I think it depends on the schedule for this year's World Tag League. I'm gonna check it right now. World Tag League start. When does it start this year? Let's see here. It starts on November 21st. So they would avoid Full Gear if they wanted to get FTR in it, and it runs through December 14th though. And ROH Final Battle is on December 10th.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, I mean it's doable. It's doable. It's doable, man.
I don't know, man. With Japanese travel is almost as shaky as Saudi Arabia travel. Not as shaky, but almost.
Hold on, bro.
Not in the same ways. Not in the same
I'll be
ways.
right back.
I'll wrap things up. But yes, that is going to be all for our NJPW Battle Autumn 2022 preview. Let us know in the live chat, in the comments down below, your predictions for this card. We will be discussing it right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel in the days to come. I want to thank J-News for joining me. And of course, thank you all for joining us. And check out some other stuff that we got on the YouTube channel right now, like myself and Jimmy Macroram on AE Rambo number 66. Yes, we talked about what was a crazy, random, weird show of AEW Dynamite this week with Jeff Jarrett, with Jeff Jarrett debuting, Colt Cabana returning, Shibata. Check that out, AE Rambo number 66 here on the channel, as well as WWE Crown Jewel 2022 preview with myself and Romeo from earlier this week. Check that out before the big show this coming Saturday. Any final remarks or comments, J-News?
Yeah, about all that. What happened is that there's a lot of wrestling going on for the next couple of months, and we need to pay attention to all of it so that we can stay abreast of all the situations and be entertained for all that. One thing, I got to make sure that in my mind things aren't clouded and that I'm at my best. I got to feel, what's the word I'm looking for? Oozy, I think, is the word that I was looking for. I got to feel oozy out here in the world. I think one of the best things on freaking TV right now, the WWE, bro, between what they're doing with the Bloodline, I think they're doing a good job with Judgment Day now as well. Like Rhea Ripley being the enforcer, and that slam she got on freaking good brother LG. Look, man, you're doing it for the people. You're doing it for us.
Sacrificing. You're sacrificing a lot, sir.
Sacrificing. You're putting her over, good brother. You're doing it. You're doing it for the people. That I think they're doing a good job with that. They are slowly putting things together over in the WWE, so I can appreciate that. Papa H taking control and making sure things are working out.
He's still fucking up though. Damage control. I'm always here. I'm always here to stand on the hill of damage control. If someone gonna say good about Triple H, I'm gonna throw dirt on his name for what he's doing in my damage control.
Hey, listen, man. We'll see how that happens. And Slap Nuts coming on to AEW last night. I can't call it. I don't even know what that is.
Well, you see, he ain't the king. He ain't the Rock. Don't want to hear your big mouth talk. It's my world. Can't wait. Yo, for J-News, it is me, your True Health Phenom, SP3. This has been our NJPW Battle Autumn 22 preview. We are signing off until next time.